There's something that psychologists and psychiatrists have been doing for a long time, and it's called parts therapy. You take a model of a person where we see a person as being one entity. You see me, Tom, when in fact, there's a lot of different aspects to Tom, a lot of different roles that he takes, a lot of different parts of Tom. If Tom wants to lose weight, and he really decides, I need to lose weight. I'm tired of looking this way. I'm tired of not eating right. I'm tired of being heavy. I'm tired of all that. And I really, really want to change and do something different. That part of me is all in 100% to losing the weight. And it's not the same part that's standing in front of the refrigerator at midnight wondering, what do I eat next? What will satisfy me? What's in this refrigerator that I can eat next? They're two different parts. It's not the same me that made the decision to lose weight that's deciding what to eat next. And when I first heard this idea, it really struck a chord with me. It really resonated. When I heard this whole idea that really we are a conglomeration of different aspects of different parts, and at any particular time, the part that's grabbed the steering wheel and is driving the bus, I think it's me, when really it isn't. It's the same thing with a smoker or someone who's trying to quit drinking. And they go through a hypnotic process and they learn to put away the cigarettes, to give up drinking. And then they have a weak moment. Maybe they have some stress. Maybe they're out partying with the boys and, yeah, give me a drink. And once they have that drink, they wake up the next morning hungover, beating themselves up, saying, "Oh, what a loser. I can't control it." That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. What happened in that moment, that weak moment, when they reached for the cigarette or ordered that drink from the bar, at that moment, there was another part of them that was driving the bus that said, you know, I quit smoking now for 6 months and I really still want one. There's part of me that really still wants one. I'm just going to go ahead and have it. At that moment in time, that was the part that was steering the ship. That was the part that was in control. And you thought it was you, when really it was just a part of you, an aspect of you. And I think this is really important because, a lot of times when somebody's trying to quit smoking or quit drinking or quit a habit that is no good for them, and they recognize that it's bad for my health, it's costing me my marriage, it's costing me my job, it's for a lot of reasons they decide to get rid of that bad behavior. And the part of them that wants that, and there may be many parts of them that wants that, it's not the same part that slipped and had that drink or had that smoke. It's not the same part. And if people realize this, I tell this to people when I'm working on habit change with somebody, because I want them to know that if by chance they have a weak moment and they fall off the wagon and have that drink or have that smoke or whatever it is they're trying to get rid of in their life, it doesn't mean anything about them being a loser. It doesn't mean anything about them being weak. All it means is in that moment in time, the part of them that wanted to do that behavior was in charge momentarily. And when they realize that, it's really a light bulb moment because they can see. And when I talk to people about parts, a lot of times people really, yeah, I get that. I get that. I see that. I see that in myself. It's a model that's really useful. And there's times when things happen to us in life and we have this part that was able to negotiate the problem that they have and act in a certain way. A lot of times it goes unresolved, and that part of them is still there. They call that the shadow part, lurking in the shadows. And you might not ever even be aware of it on a conscious level, but it's there and it's having an effect on your behavior, on the way you think, on the way you act, the way you move through the world. And so for that reason, to address these parts and do what's called parts therapy is really a useful thing to do in certain situations. Maybe not necessarily for overcoming your fear of riding your horse. Or maybe it is. Maybe you fell off your horse and you have this part of you that wants to protect yourself. And that's why you got this fear and a reluctance to get on the horse. It's interesting stuff. And the really big thing I want you to take away from this is it's not set in stone, it's not fixed in concrete. It can be changed. Follow me for more. Tom O'Ryan, equestrianhypnocoach.com.